Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Forecast. In today's video I'll be discussing Crystal Palace Liverpool. I think this is a really big game. As a Liverpool fan, I'm a bit nervous for this game. I really do think Crystal Palace can cause us some problems. These are the two sort of unbeaten sides in the last sort of 15-16 games. Crystal Palace have had their best unbeaten streak ever, not losing in the last 17 games, and that's going to cause Liverpool some issues. We obviously lost them in the Cup as well, so there's going to be some problems for this game. Anyway, let's find out where I think Liverpool can win this game and lose it. So this was Liverpool's lineup against Everton on the Merseyside derby, and I'm expecting a pretty similar lineup, but obviously there's going to have to be a couple of changes. Straight away, Alisson in goal, that's fine. I think Bradley will start at right back. I wasn't so convinced, but then Frimpong played a full 90 today against Southampton, so I don't think there's any doubt now that Bradley will start. Then Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkies, that will be the same. Gravenberch, McAllister, I'm expecting the same. I could see Szoboszlai coming for Maka, and then we've got Florian Wirtz most likely in the 10. Florian Wirtz didn't play a minute today. I think if he was going to not feature in Crystal Palace, he wouldn't have played. I think that's what Slot would have done, and he would have given some confidence to Wirtz, but clearly he still wants to be picking him in the starting lineup, so I'm sure that will happen. Then Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, and I think up front, obviously, there's no Hugo Ekitike now because he got suspended. Absolute ridiculous suspension on his half. He shouldn't be doing this. Look, I love Hugo Ekitike. I've loved what I've seen from him so far. He looks like a real good player, but you can't be doing that. I'm sorry. It's against Southampton in the Cup. It's not even like a last-minute winner. It was like, there's still 10 minutes to go. Like, it's just not acceptable, I don't think, from Hugo Ekitike, and he's young. Look, he's probably going to learn from that. I don't want to go in on the lad too much, but I think he should learn from this, hopefully, and understand when the best time is to sort of have those sort of reactions. If it's a Champions League final, if it's a final, if it's a last-minute winner that wins us the league, or a really important goal, then fine, get yourself sent off. I don't really care. But apart from that, just ensure you stay on the field. Like, you're already on a booking. But yeah, anyway, that will mean Alexander Isak will start up front for Liverpool most likely. I'm a bit worried that he'll be able to do a full 90. So I think Chiesa is definitely going to have to come on, and probably Rio will come on. Crystal Palace have a very good side, and now let's have a look at their team. So then on to Crystal Palace's lineup that they played last out. So you got Dean Henderson in goal. You've got Richards, Lacroix and Gahey. I think that's a very good back three. One of the best defences in the league. And top of that, you've also got Munoz and Mitchell. Mitchell's a rock solid left back. He might not be the best going forward, even though he scored that stunning volley last weekend. But he's still a very good defender. Munoz, on the other hand, is a decent defender, but he's excellent going forward. And you've got Adam Wharton. As long as Adam Wharton's in the team, Crystal Palace have a chance in every game. And that's what we've seen. Even though they've won a lot of games without Adam Wharton and they've not remained undefeated, Wharton does change that team. It makes them so much better. Then you've got Will Hughes. I mean, Will Hughes is just such a Premier League legend, isn't he, at this point? He's just exactly what a Premier League footballer is. He's just proper Barclays. That's what Will Hughes is, and he's great at doing what he does. Hard work. He's underrated, I think, Will Hughes. His passing's brilliant. Then you've got Yeremy, Pino, Kamada, and Mateta. This attack could improve, though, because I think Sarr might be back, and I think Sarr on the break is a real threat. Last time we played Crystal Palace, this is what I remember. Crystal Palace got their team selection completely wrong. They played Nketiah up front instead of Mateta. And, I mean, Nketiah didn't threaten them. We missed a couple of good chances, though, at points. But they need that hold-up striker. So I don't think Glazner will make this mistake again. I think Jean-Philippe Mateta will 100% start. And Liverpool are going to have to be on it because we don't have Ekitike, who's been so good. We're going to have to be really good against this side. This is a very dangerous Crystal Palace lineup. So how have the two teams started the season? Well, Crystal Palace got a 0-0 draw against that's a Europa Conference League game. That was fine though because they already 1-0 up in aggregate. Then Villa, they won 3-0 against Aston Villa. Really impressive performance. One of the best Crystal Palace performances I've seen. Then 0-0 against Sunderland, and Roos, the Sunderland keeper, had just an excellent display. They were pretty unlucky not to win. Millwall, they just got a draw in the cup and then went through on pens. And then finally West Ham United, which they won. I mean, you'd expect to win against West Ham right now, no matter where it is. So that's not really a challenging fixture. Liverpool haven't lost a game. We all know this, but look, Liverpool have shown some weaknesses, especially defensively. So I think Crystal Palace have to go in with a really positive mindset, and I'm sure they'll at least score one goal against us. I remain pretty convinced about that. Crystal Palace's team's very good going forward. They pick their chances very well. They're very good on the counter, and I think they can exploit a lot of Liverpool's weaknesses. Really, I do. I think Mateta is going to be an absolute handful for Konate and Van Dijk. You've got the likes of Munoz overlapping. You've got Sarr. If Sarr plays, that's a real danger. I think, as a Liverpool fan, really hoping that Sarr is at least only on the bench, because I think Sarr could cause us a lot of problems. So how have these two teams done in the past? Well, these are the 4 games in which Glasner has managed Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace have fared really well. They got a 1-0 win against Liverpool. This was under Klopp and basically ended any of our title hopes. That was the game for me where it was the real nail in the coffin. Obviously, Arsenal then went on to lose to Villa that same day, basically handing Manchester City the league for the 4th time in a row. Not such a problem though for us, because we do now have the league. Then Liverpool, Crystal Palace, away from home at Selhurst Park. This was a very early Jota goal, obviously rest in peace Jota. And that was a game I was discussing where I was like, I think if they played Jean-Philippe Mateta in that game, Crystal Palace probably nick a point. Then Liverpool 1-0 versus Crystal Palace. This was a game where we went down to 10 men for Ryan Gravenberch, but it was also the last game of the season where both sides were pretty much celebrating their triumph. Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, and obviously Liverpool with the Premier League. And then finally, Crystal Palace winning on pens against us at Wembley. So it's been pretty mixed results. If you look at that, it's actually been a very even split, 2 draws and a win each. But I do still think Liverpool will just have a slightly too much quality. But in saying this, Crystal Palace have been excellent against the best teams. I'm not underestimating these lot at all. If you look at it, they often nick points against the teams like Chelsea. They play well against City. They won against City in the cup. Not the Cup, so the FA Cup final even. So like they've been really good in these teams. Crystal Palace have picked up points against teams like Arsenal as well in their run. So Crystal Palace are a real threat for Liverpool. There's no doubt about this. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. I think it could require a late goal, but I'd take any win against Crystal Palace. This is going to be one of the tougher away games of the season, and look, as long as Liverpool keep winning, then I think we will just put ourselves in such a commanding position, because obviously Arsenal have got to go to Newcastle on the weekend. That's going to be a very difficult game for them. So if you want to watch that preview, that will be coming out soon as well, probably the day after this video, about the same time. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel. As I said, any support is greatly appreciated, as well as liking this video.